This talk about my dad and where he is got me really upset.
Oh, because your daddy's away? And you miss him?
Yeah, but because of where he is, too. My dad's in jail.
In jail?
Tough to talk about, but Sesame Street is doing it. In fact, this is a clip from Sesame Street with its new character, Alex, the first to have a parent in prison. The Sesame Workshop produces the show and created the initiative. It's called Little Children, Big Challenges, this one in particular, incarceration. The reason? The nonprofit wants to help kids with a parent in prison find support and comfort. Family psychologist Susan Fletcher is here with us tonight. All right, Susan, you're the expert in this, but I do want to say I think it's a great idea to just gives children a voice to be able to express their feelings. And then with that said, I'm going to turn it over to you. What do you think?
I totally agree, because these are subjects we don't talk about openly all the time.
Right.
And yet they're happening to many, many children.
Well, when you look at the numbers, there are more children in this country who have a parent behind bars than who have a parent deployed. And it's so, as we heard little Alex say, it's, you know, the head is hanging low, and it's not the kid's fault.
Right. No, it's not, but they feel like it's their fault. You know, this stage of development, when they're in preschool, everything's about me, it's all mine. And so it's important for us to give support to children as well as their families so that they don't feel like they're alone. And so this at least gets the conversation started.
So why do you think then that some critics are coming out saying no, saying this is, it's too much, we don't want to talk about this?
Well, for some children it can be too much, and it's really up to a parent about how they want to handle their child's exposure to these kind of things, okay? So it's not just through Sesame Street, but they may be hearing something like this from a friend. So it's important for parents to know that they have the opportunity to process this with their kids. You know, I have 3 boys, and one of my kids, when he was in 1st grade, he came home and it was bath time, and he said, "Mom, my teacher talked about divorce today. What's divorce?" And I remember as a parent going, "Oh my God.
Here it comes." Right.
Yeah,
right.
But you have to look at these as opportunities, because that was an opportunity for me as a parent to talk with him a little bit about relationships. It was a little sooner than I wanted to, but it gave him the skills to be sensitive to other people. And I see what's going on with Alex, the character in Sesame Street, as the same opportunity. It just happens to be about incarceration.
Well, and we have to remember there are older siblings of your children's friends have the older siblings who then talk to your boys.
Right.
And so it can't always be on our timeline.
No, so the option we have as parents is to figure out, what do we want our kids to learn about this? And I vote for the #1 thing is how to be sensitive to other people that are going through something difficult. When I first saw this, I didn't think this was just about the Alexes of the world.
Right.
This is also about the parent that's home with Alex, about the older siblings, about the grandparents, because they need to know that keeping it hush-hush as a parent isn't necessary, that we can teach them how to talk a little bit more openly about their need to have support, not necessarily about the content of what happened.
Right. So do you think it's then the adults who are often just blowing it up and the kids are really just kind of learning through all this, but we're the ones who makes it? Like you think about the election last year and the whole Big Bird situation.
Right. Okay, unfortunately adults, and we're adults, we know that sometimes we can take things in a real sensitive way and make it a bigger deal than it needs to be. Kids are a lot more resilient and understanding than we give them credit for. So I think it's important to give them the kind of information that can help them grow to be sensitive adults, no matter what the content is that is something that one of their peers is dealing with.
Well, and this is not the first time. I mean, Sesame Street for decades has been addressing things. The initiative, again, it's Little Children, Big Challenges. Like you mentioned, they've talked about things like divorce. They've talked about death. They've talked about adopting children, parents being deployed, all of these things. So, yeah, just looking for those moments as parents that we can reach out to our children.
I see those as opportunities, and Sesame Street has given us the opportunity to have conversations that are important.
So do you think Alex is here to stay for a while?
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so. And I hope that parents use that as an opportunity to have conversations with kids. It's all it can be. And it's a parent's job to teach kids skills of empathy and support and understanding. And it gives us that. And
helping all the children learn it's not your fault and you're loved and you get through it.
Definitely.
All right, Susan Fletcher, thank you so much. As always, we appreciate you coming in.
Thanks.
Thank you.